I would start this off with the title slide this time and then just pass it to Ms. Marcia. Well, good morning, everybody. I'll tell you what, we're going to get started so we can be respectful of Marcia's time this morning. Just a few announcements while people are popping in. I'm Brett Augustine, Recovery Business Advisor for North Central Texas Small Business Development Center, which is a leading provider of assistance for small businesses and grant funding, which allows us to offer this as well as many other training for absolutely no cost to you. We're happy to bring you this morning some good ones as well from Marcia Hudson, who's come back tonight. I'm happy to have one real quick follow-up. If you do have questions, please put them in the chat so we can go over them at the end, and we will be happy to address them the best we can. We'll throw them at Marcia and see what we can get wisdom from her whenever we get to that portion. But right now, I'd like to introduce Ms. Marcia Hudson. She's a social media and branding specialist and working with the Houston SBDC since 2015. Is that correct? 2015, teaching social media and digital marketing. She's also a professor of English at Wharton County Junior College and of course received education specialist degree from Walden University and attended Sam Houston State University and the University of Houston. And I know that seems like a lot, but she's actually got more. She's also a professional photographer. Her husband specializing in branding, headshots, lifestyle, and of course, real estate photography. She has many, many, many wonderful talents, and we're happy to have her this morning. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Marcia Hudson.
Thank you so much, Fred. I am so excited to be here today. And I'm so excited to be teaching on Instagram because it's one of my favorites. And it is a platform that can really help small business owners grow their business. So we're going to get started. With what we have for you today. And I want to welcome all of you for spending a little time with me today and on how to become an Instagram star and how to grow your business with Instagram. So don't forget, you can feel free to take screenshots if you like, and also jot down your questions because at the end we will have a Q&A session. So let's get started. Be an Instagram star. So always we want to give a special thanks to the North Central Texas Small Business Development Center for bringing us these great trainings. I like to thank them always for inviting me to give a training to help you awesome business owners. And like Mr. Brett says, you can always contact them because they can help you free of charge with your business needs. And they have many other webinars also. So be sure and check out their website. So we have a to-do list, and I know I have one every day. And I try to limit that to-do list, but I think about how we have goals and we have dreams and we have things that we want to do. So sometimes this is all we need on our to-do list is just get started. And I like to look at this myself because I want to remember each day I need to get started with doing a little something on my business. So today we're going to talk about getting started with Instagram. So I have a lot to give you today. So be sure and take some notes, take screenshots, write your questions down. And so on the agenda today, I want to talk about why should you use Instagram, because it's changed so much for business owners. It's great getting started with Instagram, creating a strong brand, how to post to Instagram because it is a phone app, 5 categories where to get your content to post, how to use hashtags. That's a big question for me, Marcia. What are hashtags and how do I use them? Some other features that I want to introduce today are stories and reels. These are also features of Instagram. How to use polls and ask questions, how to schedule your posts because it's a phone app. There are third party apps that you can use on your computer to schedule your posts, how to get more followers on IGTV, which is Instagram TV, and ultimately how, after you do all of this, how do you promote your account? So we got a lot to cover today in our small amount of time, but I hope that you can get a few ideas to add to your plan. So my mission is to help entrepreneurs develop a plan for social media and help you build a brand online without all of the overwhelm and the confusion, because it can be overwhelming and it can be confusing. And I think that's what stops us from moving forward. So I am Marshalyn Hudson, and my website is marshalynhudson.com. You can always go to my site. I have a lot of free resources, free downloads that you can download to help you with Instagram and even other types of social media and digital marketing. So be sure and head to, after the site, after the webinar, to marshalynhudson.com and get some of those freebies that I have there, workbooks and things like that. So as you can see, yes, I do quite a bit, but it all fits together and I love it. I love being a social media strategist. I love teaching writing at the college. I do podcasts and YouTubing. I wrote a journal in 2020. So I really love taking advantage of what we can do in this life. So, what if you walked away today with just one idea that propelled your business to a new level? Can you imagine if you just took one idea from the training today and added it to your plan? So, I know you're going to get more than one idea, but I hope that you stay with us to the end because you're going to get many ideas. But when I watch a webinar, and I watch quite a few because I love learning, learning is the key to growth. When I watch a webinar, I always say, okay, Marcia, at least take one idea away from the training that you can add to your business. So I hope that you would think about that today. So get a pen and notebook. As you know, I'm a writing professor, I'm a teacher, and I always tell my students, take notes because you want to be able to refer to them later. So if you like, get a pen, notebook, and we're going to dive in. So do you ever feel like this? I know I do. So many things, yet so little time. And I know I found this cute little diagram. I'm like, okay, this is how I feel sometimes. But we have to learn how to prioritize the things that we need each day because there are so many things that we have to do, and it's just not enough time. So we're going to focus on Instagram. And I tell my clients, try not to be everywhere because we just don't have enough time to be everywhere. I tell my clients, pick 2 to 3 social platforms, maybe Instagram and Facebook or LinkedIn, or maybe pick two, maybe Instagram and LinkedIn. But you can't be everywhere on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok. It's just too much. You don't really need to do that. But Instagram is a great place for any small business owner in any industry today. Instagram is one of the hottest social platforms today. It's a visual platform, so to help you form a more personal connection with your customers, because I tell people don't take the social out of social media. It's social media, not business media. You want to create a professional connection, but also a personal connection with your customers. When people see you and you show up and you're visible, and you create that like, know, and trust factor. And I'm sure you've heard that like, know, and trust factor. In other words, when you show up weekly, you don't have to be on Instagram or online 5 days a week. Even just 3 days a week consistently means you're showing up and you're being visible. People come to like you, they come to know you through your content, and they come to trust you. And that's when people purchase from us. So people do buy from people they know, like, and trust. Not per se businesses. People buy from people. And so a visual platform like Instagram is going to show the uniqueness of your business and set you apart in this busy, busy, congested social media world. So here I want to put 6 reasons why we should use Instagram for our business, because you're very busy and I'm sure you have a lot of hats like me, and you don't want to be doing something that's not going to bring in any benefits or revenue for you. So I wanted to put 6 reasons why you want to use Instagram for your business. Number one, it will boost your sales. Okay. It puts a face to a brand. It's like I said, people do business with people more so than just a business. It builds connections, drives traffic to your page, and even to your website. You can attract your ideal client. So when you're showing up on Instagram and posting the content that's right for your industry, you actually attract your ideal client, and you actually stay up to date with consumer trends, because when you're on Instagram, Instagram will show you other Instagram posts which are consumer trends. So it's just a great time to be on Instagram for our businesses. Now, even just I've been doing social media since 2015. And even in 2015 and 2016, this wasn't the case with Instagram. It was more of, young people liked it. They put pictures, they have fun, but it has changed so much. It is a platform for small business owners now. So getting started with Instagram. So you want to download the app, choose a username, update your profile, and add a profile picture. And here's a sample from Constant Contact. And so here you have to download the app on your phone, because Instagram is a phone app. And for me, on my phone, I have an iPhone. I have a folder on my phone with all of my apps in the folder. So it makes it easy for me when I sit down to post and work on my social media if I want to do everything from my phone. So it may be a good idea. So in the folder on my phone, I have the Instagram app, I have the Facebook app, LinkedIn app, I have all of my apps right there. So when I pick up my phone, I can easily get to my Instagram or my social platforms without having to look around. So then you want to choose a username, like whatever your company name is, or if you're branding yourself, mine is Marsha Lynn Hudson Media on Instagram. So you can choose a name that works well for your brand or your company. And then you want to update your profile. Like here it says Constant Contact, a leader in online marketing with a mission to provide people with a smarter way to market their idea. So it's your bio. Sometimes I call it a profile, or your bio. And so in that section, you want to put what you do to help people, not so much how long you've been in business or whatever. Like at my Instagram page, Marsha Lynn Hudson Media, I've been doing social media since 2015. I've been doing this. No, I have what I do for people in my bio section. So if you have something a little different, today or tomorrow, go and revamp it, because you want a statement that lets people know what you can do for them. And in mine, it says, I help entrepreneurs build a brand online without the overwhelm. And then you can also put your one link in the Instagram bio. For now, you can put one link. It can be a link to your website, or a link to your blog, or a link to your YouTube, but you can put one link in the profile or the bio there. You can also put hashtags there, like a hashtag for your business name and things like that. But we're going to talk about hashtags a little later. And then you see the Constant Contact little profile picture there on the left. You can put your picture or your logo or whatever, but you definitely want to get this started right away as you get started, because Instagram, which Facebook owns Instagram, won't let as many people see if you don't have this part completed. So make sure you downloaded the app, and you have to make sure it's recent. You have to update the app. You have to choose a username that's going to be easy for people to find you on Instagram. Fix the bio or the profile, words that you can put there to let people know what you do to help them. There's a limit, so you can't put too much. And then you want to add your profile picture. So that's how you want to get started with Instagram. And you can do this part on your computer. This part right here, you actually can do on your computer. So here are some samples here, and you can feel free to take screenshots that I pulled for how your app will look on your phone. Most people are going to check out your Instagram on their phone. Okay, so you want it to look good on your phone. So here are some examples of what people did from what I just told you about their profile picture, the information that they have, hashtags in their bio, a link to somewhere in their bio. So this right here gives you an idea of how to get started and how your Instagram page will look on a phone. And then we're going to talk about what to post, images, content, and things like that as it goes along. So here is a great example of the 3 Instagram apps. Now, here's an activity. So let's say, and I have my phone in front of me, let's download or update the app now. So this is what I mean, and it shouldn't take more than a minute. But this is what I mean when I say I have all of my apps in a folder on my phone. This is actually how my phone looks. So when I pick up my phone, there's my folder, and I have my Facebook app in there, my Instagram app, my Pinterest, because I'm everywhere because I'm a social media specialist. But for you, you only need maybe 2 or 3 social media platforms as a small business owner to get started. But it's a great idea. So if you have an iPhone, then you go to the App Store and download the Instagram app. Now, if you downloaded the Instagram app a while ago but haven't updated it, you want to go back to the app and make sure you have to update it. Because when you don't update the app, you miss out on some of the new features that are added. So it's very important. Now, if you have an Android, you want to go to, from what I understand, because I'm an iPhone girl, but my husband's an Android guy, which he wants to say Android is better than iPhone, but I beg to differ, but that's okay. But if you have an Android, you go to the Play Store and download the app. But you have to download the app and update it. It's very important if you haven't updated, so you can pull out your phone. If you don't have it in a folder like this, that's okay. Find your Instagram and make sure the app is on your phone and it is updated, because you can't move forward if you haven't updated it. So how do you create a strong brand with Instagram? So Instagram will allow you to create awareness. You can engage with people. You cause interest. This is what causes people to purchase when they are aware of your company. They're engaging, they're liking, they're commenting, and now they're interested. And Instagram and other platforms are designed to send people to your website. So if I follow you on Instagram and you're posting consistently, and I like your content and I like your images, and you're engaging and liking and following, then I'm going to take a little bit more interest and think, well, who is this company? And that's what's going to send me to your website, because social media drives traffic to your website. Social media is a tool to help us grow. It's a tool. And sometimes people call me and they say, okay, I want to make money from social media. Well, eventually that can be possible, but that's the end of the funnel. That's not the beginning of the funnel. The beginning of the social media funnel is to use the tool as awareness and to engage and create interest. Then it sends people to your website. That's actually where people purchase from, our websites. So we can create awareness by showing up consistently, and that consistently is key. So when I say show up consistently, I mean weekly, at least 3 days a week. Okay, it doesn't have to be every day, but you don't want to go 2 weeks or 7 days or 10 days, because now Instagram will dock you and it won't hardly let anybody see. So consistency is the key. Also, if you like and comment and follow and make sure you're commenting and you're responding to comments on your followers, Instagram will let more people see. If you are not liking and commenting and responding to your followers, Instagram will dock you. Okay. And then you create interest with the type of content you post, which we're going to talk about that a little later. And storytelling is the type of content you actually want to post on Instagram. You don't want to be too professional with a lot of business jargon. That's not the audience for Instagram. They want to know more about you as a business owner, your passions, your why, pictures about you behind the scenes. And that's what builds brands and causes people to head to your website and causes people to purchase. So whenever you post to Instagram, and let's say you decide, I want to do 3 days a week, I want to get serious, I want to show up, I want to build my brand on Instagram. And whenever you post to Instagram, you need three things for a good post, okay? You need an image or a video, unless you're going to do a video, and we're going to talk about that. You need long content. And when I say long content, when you post to Instagram, Instagram likes long form content. I do a lot of research. And this is the research on Instagram right now because it changes. But when I say long form content, you might, if you put 3 ways to do something pertaining to your services, you want to put all 3 ways. You want to put a few sentences with each way, but you want the content to be longer. You don't want to just put one sentence and a picture on Instagram because Instagram wants people to stay. If they stay on your post reading longer, Instagram will let more people see. So that's why it's a good idea to put long content. For example, I do themes every week when I post to Instagram. I have themes and I have a pre planning day that I work on a Saturday or a Sunday, and I plan for what I'm going to do the upcoming week. Now, I have themes so that I don't have to keep coming up with a lot of different content. So, let's say, for example, one theme for the upcoming week for me is going to be how to stay motivated and creative in your business, because sometimes we have a problem with that. I know I do. Now, if I made a post based on how to stay motivated and creative in your business, I could either put up an image, maybe an image of a computer or a phone. And then in the content, I would actually put how to stay motivated, 5 ways to stay motivated. Number one, and I'd write that out. Number two, I'd write that out. Number three, I'd write that out. Instagram likes long form content. And then at the end of the content, I made ask a question. How do you stay motivated? That's a good way to get people to engage. And then hashtag. So every post for Instagram should have an image, long form content, and hashtags. And we're going to talk about hashtags. That's it. But I firmly believe in pre planning and not, oh, let me just post something, because it's like the algorithms know when you haven't put any thought into your post. So you always want to have a pre planning day. And for me, that's a Saturday or a Sunday, and it takes me about an hour and a half. I may get my favorite beverage, a coffee or a tea. I love being outside. I love nature. I may go to a little coffee house and sit outside and just work on my Instagram for the up or my social media posts for the upcoming week. And I may save some images because I know I'm going to use those for the upcoming week, plan out my content and my hashtags. And I do have a free hashtag guide at my site at marshallandhudson.com. So if you're interested in that free hashtag guide, I have that there. So what can we post on Instagram to get people to find out about us, to get people to engage with our companies, and to create interest and to work with the algorithms, because there are algorithms. The machine, these social media platforms are operated by algorithms. They are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. They're algorithms, and the algorithms determine what can be seen and how many people they're going to let see. So our goal is to make sure we have good content so that the algorithms will um, make sure we're seen and show it to as many people as possible, because the organic reach with social media is going down. And when I say organic reach, that's the free post. Okay. Now you got ads and things like that they want you to pay for. And it's so many, it's 4.7 million people online with social media. So the organic posts, which are the free posts, when we go and post for free, it's going down. Whereas it's already to the point where the algorithms are barely letting people see your posts. So what can you do to work with them to get seen a little bit more? And here it is right here. You want to make sure your content comes from one of these 5 categories. And there are like 7 or 8 categories that a lot of social media influencers use. But for me, I use these 5, and you will see them on all of my platforms, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram. I use these 5 over and over. So one category would be from the about or the why category. So let's say you're posting Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and you say, okay, I'm going to post from the about or why category every Wednesday. So you might post something about your business or about you as a business owner. You might post your why you started your business, or a post about your passions. So this is everyday personal connection type storytelling content, not so much selling and promoting and putting pictures of your product and telling people, asking them to check it out to buy. You just don't want to do that on social media, overly promoting, trying to get people to purchase, of course, sometimes, but the algorithms will not let people see if you are posting and you're overly promoting all of the time. So that's one category. For me, for instance, I can post about why I love teaching social media to small business owners, because I think we live in a society where if we work hard, we put our minds to it, we're goal oriented, we focus, we can actually follow our dreams, even if it's part time. So I put a lot of how I feel about business, how I feel about business owners, how I feel about entrepreneurship in my posts. A second category is the motivation and inspiration category. Now, you may say, okay, I'm doing a about or why on a Wednesday, but maybe on Monday, you could do Monday motivation. And people really like it. They're coming off of the weekend. Sometimes Mondays are hard to get going. So, what if they went to your Instagram page and saw this awesome Monday motivation where you posted some motivational words or something inspirational to get people going for that week? And I have purchased quite a bit of motivational, inspirational sayings, so I never run out of them. I found a nice book in the bookstore, and it had like 500 quotes you can use. I was like, this is great. Or you can go online and find quotes from like Tony Robbins or Brian Tracy, and use those on your site. But it's something motivational, inspirational, and you can call it Motivational Monday. So, and if I'm a follower, I look forward to it. I'm like, wow, they're going to do a motivational Monday. I need some motivational words. Then I head over to your Instagram, and you may have a picture of maybe the sunshine or something. And then you have your content. Don't forget your long content talking about the motivational saying, for instance. And then you have your hashtag. So category 3 is behind the scenes. People want to go behind the scenes with you in your business. I am a photographer and I love shooting. I work with a lot of business owners, shooting headshots, branding. My husband and I, we do real estate. So when I'm working behind the scenes, I could take a picture of myself getting ready for a shoot, or take a picture doing a shoot and post about how I was actually shooting some headshots or whatever, which is something I was actually doing on yesterday. So go behind the scenes in your business. Let's say you're a real estate professional and you're getting ready to go and meet a client. Maybe you stop at Starbucks and you get a coffee. Take a picture. That's behind the scenes. You're getting ready to go meet your client. Let's say you're a designer or a decorator and you're working with a client in their home. Take a picture behind the scenes, post about it, and put your hashtag. So people really like behind the scenes because they get to know you, they get to see how you prepare for your business, and maybe you're making a new product or you're coming up with something new. Take a picture behind the scenes. So the fourth category is a big category for me that I find that my followers really like, and it's the education, where I give tips on social media, advice, I give ways to do something, how to do something, dealing with social media, dealing with digital marketing, and I get so much traction from that category where I post on the education category. So I have my phone here because I want to give you a few examples of some of my titles for my Instagram. So here I have one that's called How to Brand Yourself Online. And I get a lot of traction when I do things like this. Here's one I have on how to declutter your workspace. I actually do quite a bit of posts when I'm actually doing something myself. And I was decluttering my workspace and I was like, that would be a great post. And so I put that and I got a lot of traction from it. Here's one on 5 daily reminders as a business owner. So I do a lot of education, a lot of tips, a lot of how to. I have one on how to drive traffic to your website. So I post quite a bit from that education category because I found that my followers really like it when I post from that category, where they like my others too, but I get quite a bit. And I think it's because people want knowledge and they want to learn. And so the fifth category, and I put it as number 5 because it's showcase your products and services. You are in business, so yes, you need to showcase your products and services. But sometimes I'm working with a client and I'll go to their page and I'm like, all of your posts are from category 5. Okay, we have to move and get some from these other categories to work with the algorithm. Plus, people tend to lose interest if all we're doing is selling. Okay, so if we're giving content from a variety of categories, you can keep people's interest. So maybe Friday is your showcase your product or service day. Maybe Monday is your Monday motivation. And Wednesday, you may do something from one of the other categories, the about or the behind the scenes, the education. And maybe Friday is your showcase your product and service. It's nothing wrong with showcasing once a week or maybe once every 2 weeks, but you want to use content from those others. 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, use content from categories 1 through 4, and 20% of the time, showcase your products and services. Maybe you wrote an ebook and you can showcase it on Instagram. Maybe you have a different product that you want to talk about. You can showcase it that day. So you don't want to be overly promotional, but you do want to promote your products and services. So remember the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you want to post from these other 4 categories and 20% from category 5. So, do you need professional pictures? I'm a professional photographer. No, you do not need professional equipment. You do not need to have pay someone professional images for your Instagram. Instagram is more of a down to earth type social platform where people are getting to know you and your brand. So you can take pictures with your phone. These phones are awesome. And sometimes I'm out and about. I love walking. I love nature. I just enjoy life. And I may take a picture of something and think this can be a great picture for one of my posts. And I just save pictures to my photos on my phone. Or I may be riding somewhere or going somewhere, or I'm going to a store or something and I see something because I'm always thinking, what can I post on my social media? And take a picture and think, wow, this might be good for a post. And so I save it for my pre-planning day. And I can't stress pre-planning day enough because pre-planning has been the key for me to staying on track, being a blogger, a YouTuber, and everything. It's been the key where I either pick a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon. I block off an hour and a half, and I plan for what I'm going to do the upcoming week on my social site. Now, you can also get stock photos for your Instagram images. And I like Unsplash and Pixels. These are two great places to go online to get stock photos. Now, they are copyright free, so you don't even have to pay for them. And they're great. You can find pictures on every subject at Unsplash and Pixels, and you are free to use them on Instagram or any of your sites, on your LinkedIn, your Facebook. I like Typorama. It is an app that I purchased on my phone. I think it's $4 or $5. And I really like it where you can make your own photo. It's very easy. So what I do is I go to my Typorama app, and like I said, it is a paid app. I think you pay once or whatever. It's $5 or $6, but it's so worth it. And then you open up the app and it will say, what color do you want to use or what picture? You pull up the color or picture. And then it will say, well, what image, what content do you want to say? Then you put your content and you can change the color, the content, and then it will size it to Instagram. It's wonderful. And you can just upload it, or it will size it to Facebook. So if you get a chance, check out Typorama. It is an app, and you can make your own photos. I didn't include Canva, but I want to mention Canva. And I'm sure if you haven't heard of it, Canva is wonderful. Canva. And Canva, I should give a webinar on Canva because I use Canva every day, I believe. You can make images in Canva. You can get quotes that are already there for you and use them in Canva. You can get pictures that are already there. So Canva is a design site for your social media, all of them. And it's very easy. There's a free version of Canva, and I think I have the paid version. I think it's maybe $12 a month, but it's so worth it because it makes your social media posts so easy. You can go get the pictures, you can go get the quotes, you can go get the sayings, and just upload them to your social media. So here are some ideas or resources for you for pictures, because you do need to put a picture. Instagram is visual. You do need to put great images that people are going to be interested in. You don't have to pay for a professional photographer. These are some great places. It's enough for you to get something there. So here I made this on Typorama. It's like I said, it's an app I downloaded from to my phone. And so it will come up blank, and you can pick a picture. So I picked that picture with the flowers behind it, and then you can put your own words. I have this book I told you with 500 quotes in it. So I picked one and I wrote it in. You can change the font, you can change the color. And so this was one I did on a Thursday, and it talks about Thursday's things to do. And then once I'm done with the image, the wording, then Typorama will let me choose a design. I don't have to come up with anything except for the words to put in. And then it will resize it. It will either resize it for Instagram or resize it for Facebook. And then you can just upload it straight to your Instagram. Now, if you have a problem trying to upload it to your Instagram, I sometimes just download this to my phone, my photos in my phone, and then I go to my Instagram, pull up my Instagram, and add it. It takes about 5 minutes. It's wonderful. So let's talk about hashtags. So with Instagram, we talked about three things that you want to include: an image or a video. We're going to talk about video, long form content, and thirdly, hashtags. Okay, hashtags are very important. They're going to be very important for your Instagram reach. It will help you grow your reach. Hashtags make you more discoverable. People can find your post. They connect your post with content surrounded around that hashtag. We're going to look at a few examples. And for Instagram for now, because you know it changes all the time, you can use up to 30 on Instagram. Now, Instagram likes for you to use all 30. And I will have to tell you, sometimes it's hard for me to put all 30, but 15 to 30, Instagram likes it. For a side note, Facebook is not so much into hashtags. Using 30 won't help you get seen on Facebook. Maybe two for now. So if you use too many hashtags on Facebook, you actually hurt yourself. So it's just you have to keep up with the trends, you have to keep up with the research. But for now, Instagram 15 to 30 hashtags, but if you can use all 30 in your post, that's great. Facebook, no more than 2. You don't want to do that on Facebook. So hashtags will help you grow if you choose the right hashtags for your post. And that's just that little pound sign and a word. And I always tell people, make one for your company name. Like I have one called hashtag Marshalline Hudson. I put it on everything, hashtag Marshalline Hudson. So you want to make one with your company name and include that in all of your posts. So here's some types of the 30. So you might think, well, how do I come up with the 30? Well, here's a mixture of hashtags to help you come up with the 30. You may use 5 or 6 in one category, maybe 5 or 6 in the other, so on. So you have industry hashtags. So you may use 6 or 7 industry hashtags. For me, it would be hashtag social media, hashtag social media strategist, hashtag branding, hashtag marketing online, industry, location hashtags. So you may use 4 location hashtags. For me, it would be hashtag Houston. We also have one called hashtag H-Town. Maybe the area that I want to target, hashtag Memorial, hashtag even a location of a business. It could be hashtag Starbucks or whatever. Trending hashtags. So you might put something like hashtag COVID, hashtag spring 2021, hashtag summer 2021, hashtag anything that's trending or that's going on right now. Maybe if something, it could be something negative that's happening in the world or something positive, but you can put that as a trending hashtag. Sometimes hashtag whatever month it is, things like that. And then lastly, lifestyle hashtags. Okay, so you can put hashtag running, hashtag beauty, hashtag fashion. So you can come up with your 15 to 30 from these 4 categories of hashtags. But keep in mind, hashtags help you to find to be discovered. Who is it that you want to discover you? That's the hashtag you need to use. Now, in Instagram, when you start posting and going to hashtag, Instagram will actually recommend hashtag. And like I say, I have a hashtag guide with 100 hashtags, and I tell people, don't use the same ones every day, your 3 day a week. Have sections of hashtag. Like you may have 15 to 30 on your computer. That may be group 1, 15 to 30 group 2. So maybe Monday use group 1 hashtag. Maybe Wednesday use group 2 hashtag. Maybe Friday use group 3 hashtag. But I always put your hashtag for your business, because if you put the same hashtags every day, Instagram see it as spam. So mix them up on days. Okay. So here's an example of an industry hashtag, hashtag social media. Here's an example of a location hashtag, hashtag H-Town. You would do locations where you are, where you live. Here's trending, hashtag stay home, stay home, stay safe. I found that one on Instagram. Instagram has a lot of trending hashtags. And then here's a lifestyle hashtag. I know I like this one, hashtag peace of mind. So here's an example of a hashtag from each category. And now here you can take a screenshot. Now here you will find a lot of hashtags. So yes, all of these hashtags, if they fit what you are targeting or who you want to be found by, you would put all of these hashtags with your posts. Now, one thing that I do is to keep my posts looking clean, I put my hashtags in the comment section. So that way, instead of after I write my long form content, I don't have all of these 15 to 30 hashtags. It does the same thing if you put it in the comment section. So the way you would do that is go to your Instagram, make your post, put your images, put your image up, put your long form content, then post it. Then go to the comment little icon and hit that and put your hashtags in there. It just cleans up your post, okay? Because it's so many hashtags. So that's a tip that I use that I found from another social media influencer, and it does the same thing. Okay. So that's a little bit on hashtags. All right. So here comes the fun part. We're going to talk about some features of Instagram. Okay. Instagram has stories, Instagram Reels, which is their copy of TikTok, Instagram, IGTV. Instagram is a great platform for any business owner in any industry. It really is. So let's talk about Instagram stories. What are Instagram stories? So for now, Instagram stories are something you can post even from those 5 categories that I talked about, and you post them to your Instagram stories. You'll look at a diagram in a minute, and they stay for 24 hours and they go away. Now you can save them for longer, but the fun part is they stay for 24 hours and they go away. You may think, well, why do that for 24 hours and they go away? Well, they really get a lot of attention for some reason, and Instagram loves it when you use their features, so they'll let more people see and find you. People love it. People can save them. It's a great tool or tactic to keep interest for your business. So what are stories and why should we use them? So they help you capture attention. That's the biggest thing. And people know they're going to expire in 24 hours. Instagram shows your content to more people when you use the features on Instagram, and Instagram stories is a big feature. They will let more people see. That's the goal for us as small business owners. Like I said, with the organic reach going down, so the free posts, we have to think of ways to figure out how to work with the algorithm so more people can see. They're fun and people like them. They don't bombard people because they're just 24 hours. It shows your brand. And like I say, pick from the 5 categories, and it helps you to connect with your audience. So Instagram stories, if you were like, wow, I know I need to use Instagram stories, but I hadn't been doing it, you want to start. Even if you add it once a week. Okay, so here's the activity. Okay, so get your phone out again. And I have my phone here in front of me because Instagram is a phone app. So I have my phone, and remember, I have all of my apps on my phone to make it easy for me to go to my different sites. So with your phone out, on your page, the way Instagram has done it now is they've changed the platform on your business page. You have to make sure you're on your page and not your feed, whereas your picture comes up in the left corner, or your logo. That's how you know you're on your Instagram page. Now, at the top of your Instagram platform, there is a plus sign at the top right corner. And so I'm looking at my phone right here so I can guide you through. There's a plus sign. Instagram changed the format. So when you hit that plus sign, you will see what you see on the screen. Okay. And so it's going to create, you can create a post. Like we talked about, a post is when you just put your content. You can create an Instagram story, which what we're talking about now, a highlight, a IGTV video, an Instagram video. Now they have a new one that they came out with a few months ago, Instagram Reel. That's their copy of TikTok. I don't use TikTok. I haven't added TikTok. I just don't want to add anything new to my plate. So if that's one of your questions, I know nothing about TikTok, but Reels is very similar. I just use Instagram Reels like I'm I hear people use for TikTok. And now they've added a guide where you can get information. Instagram puts information up. It's great. So be sure and check that out. So that's how you would get to that. And once you click story, it lets you go through it. So you get your phone out, you go to your app, you hit your face button at the bottom left corner to make sure you're on your page. Look at the top of your page and you will see a little plus sign in the right hand corner. Now, if you haven't updated your app, you won't see this. So make sure it's updated. And it brings up this, what you see. Okay. And when you hit story, you can hit the icon and access your photos or videos. So you can add to Instagram stories. It's actually a lot of fun. Text and share it. You can put tips on your Instagram story, polls. They have a little icon for polls. You can add polls, questions. The good thing about it is these icons are already there. All you have to do is hit poll and make a poll, or hit the icon that says question and type a question. You know, you can do humor, you can showcase your product, you can give an announcement. They're wonderful. People love them. Instagram loves it. The algorithm loves it. So you definitely want to try your hand out at stories. So let's say you make one and you're like, this is awful. Don't worry. It goes away in 24 hours. Okay. So it's so much you can do with Instagram stories. And Instagram has made it so easy for you to just use their templates. So like, here's one top 3 accounts to follow. You can just write those 3 in. Quote of the day. You can write a quote in. What am I listening to? Let people like to know about you as the business owner, like this week's top pick 5 or whatever. So, it's really easy to get going. It's like I said at the beginning of the webinar training, your things to do can just be just get started. Okay. Just get started and play around with it. So here are Instagram Reels. Now that is Instagram because Facebook and Mark and Instagram, they don't like to be outdone. Okay. So when TikTok showed up on the scene, Facebook, Mark, Instagram said, okay, we need to do something. So they came up with Reels. And it's just like TikTok. From what I did read about TikTok, I just didn't add it. Don't want to add anything new to my plate. But Reels are just like TikTok. So you see people making TikTok videos, dancing and all of that. You don't really have to do that. You can still use an Instagram Reel, uh, and it's short for to from those 5 categories that I talked about. Okay, so what are reels and why use them? So they're 15 to 30-second videos. It is a small little learning curve to reels. I always say watch a YouTube video. I mean, you cannot go wrong with a YouTube video on how to do reels. There are so many YouTube videos because we only have a small amount of time here, but I would suggest watch a YouTube video on how to do reels. You're going to find so much great information, and figure out how to add reels. They are fun, and you don't have to be dancing. You can do a reel where you're talking, or do a reel where you're giving some advice. But Instagram will let a lot more people see your posts when you use their reels, something like the TikTok video. Unlike stories, you can post a reel to your feed and they will stay there. So, using these features like stories or reels are really going to help build your business. You will become an Instagram star. And so you might say, well, Marsha, how do I put all of this into my busy schedule? Just plan it. Maybe you're going to do a Instagram story one week, one of your 3 days. Maybe you're going to do an Instagram reel the next week, one of your 3 days. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't bombard yourself. Plan your 3 days. Everybody should have 3 days, 30 minutes or 20 minutes those 3 days where you're devoting to your business, whether you're working on Instagram, Facebook, because I could actually work on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn, all 3 in a 30-minute period, 3 days a week. So even if you're on 3, you can do all of them in a 20 to 30 minute, especially if you did your pre-planning. So don't overwhelm yourself. You don't have to be on social media all day. You don't have to be every day. You just need to be consistent and show up at least 2 to 3 days a week. So some good resources to follow to learn more about reels, because I'm learning a little bit more about them myself. Jasmine Star and Elise Dharma. Oh my gosh, they are the real stars. Oh my goodness. If you want to learn about reel, go to Jasmine Star's Instagram page, or Elise Dharma. They are hot in reels, and you can get a lot of good ideas from the type of reels. They do teaching reels, education reels, fun reels. I mean, they are great resources to learn in addition to YouTube videos on how to do reels. They're short. Yeah, you can do 3 little 5-second reels and do a 15-second reel, post it to your Instagram, and really grow your business. So feel free to take screenshot if you like. Check those 2 out. They're great. They're actually great Instagram people to follow. And I follow, and they have lots of great ideas on how to be an Instagram star. So what can you put in your reels? You can actually add music. Instagram has music you can put in. You can put words in your reels. Sometimes you don't even have to talk. You can just put gestures in your reels. and you can actually really brand yourself in Instagram Reels. So, like I say, watch a YouTube video on it. Watch Jasmine Star, Elise Dharma, get a little bit more information, because really you could do a whole training, a webinar on Reels alone. So, steps to making an Instagram reel, just to give you a few little steps. You would go to the little plus sign that I talked about on the app. It's in your upper right corner. Find the drop down that says reels. You can add effects and record for 5 seconds, and then stop the video. Then you can record another 5 seconds, stop the video, record, add captions, save it, and post. For instance, I did a reel, and I'm trying to get better about reels, and I put it in the post. These are some of my first reels, and my followers were so nice. They were like, "Oh, good job." I was like, "Yeah, okay." So I did an Instagram reel, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to do an Instagram reel on 3 ways to build your business on social media." Okay, so one of my first recordings for my first 5 second was to be consistent. So I did the music and I recorded be consistent. Then I stopped it. Then my second one was give good content. So I started the video and I was like, give good content. And then my third one was connect with your followers. So I did a reel, and each little short video that I did was on how to grow your business. And those were the 3 tips I gave. I added captions, I added music, and I just put the phone in my face and made my reels. I didn't do a dance or whatever, and uploaded it. And I was like really excited. I was like, oh my God, look at my reel. But the thing about it, you can't delete it, or you don't have to worry about it because it goes away in 24 hours anyway. But that's the way I had to kind of get out there and get started. Just, pick something from my categories, do a reel, and get it out there. So here are 3 real examples that you can do. You can do a video of you pointing at the words, how to do something. You don't even have to talk. You can just do one video where it says how to grow your business, and the words come up and you point. You can do a video of you shaking your head. Okay, you don't even have to talk. You can say, make sure you show up every day. Shake your head, yes. You can video of you smiling and finish by saying, um, be sure and be consistent on Instagram. So you're gonna get so many examples, but the reason you want to use Reel, one reason is Instagram likes it when you use their features. Another one is you will really grow your following because people like reels. And the third one is you're giving advice and tips and you're branding yourself. So Instagram loves it when you use this feature. So how can you schedule your post for Instagram? For me, I usually sit down and do my post live. And maybe you don't have that kind of time, which I block off 20 to 30 minutes every day for social media because I have to do Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. I do YouTube every now and then. I do a podcast. So I actually sit down. But when I don't have time, or I know I'm not going to be able to sit down live, you can schedule your post now on your computer with some of these third-party apps, finally, because it used to be you could only do it from your phone. So you can add your image, content, and your hashtags from any of these 3. So feel free to definitely take a screenshot here, because this is going to be great if you want to schedule your post. Let's say it's 10 p.m. on a Friday and you've had a long week, but you have a little time. Well, you can schedule your post. You don't want them to come out at 10 p.m., but you can schedule on these 3 and say, send this out Monday at 10 a.m. Or let's say it's Wednesday night and it's 8:30 p.m. and you finally got a chance to sit down at your computer. Well, and you make your post because you planned it on your pre-planning day, and it's Thursday night at 8:30. You don't want to send a post out at 8:30. So you can post to these and say, send this out Friday at 11:30 a.m. So now you can actually do this from your computer. And here are the 3. You can go to Facebook Creator Studio. So you can schedule Instagram and Facebook posts. It's free anytime. And you can schedule it for up to a week or a month if you want. And then you don't have to be in front of your computer, but you want to make sure you're connecting, you're answering questions, or you're commenting and things like that. So that's one way to schedule your post from your computer. Later.com is new on the scene. It's free also, and there is a paid version, but you can use the free version and you can schedule your Instagram and your Facebook posts for free anytime. And you can put your image there, your content, your hashtags until later. Send this Wednesday at 11 p.m., 11 a.m. You see? And then Prepper is free, but it also has a small paid version. So these are the three that you can use. Just you might say, well, which one to use? I like to say pick the one that you like. Pick the one that works best for you. Pick the one that you see is easy for you. So you have to go to their sites and check them out and see which one is works for you. Somebody was like, well, which one do you prefer or suggest? I usually use Facebook Creator Studio, and I sometimes I use Later, but most of the time I post live. But I really like Facebook Creator Studio because it's really easy to post Facebook and Instagram right away. I do like Later too. Later is great. I think Elise Dormer uses Later, and I don't use Prepper that much, but you can check it out to see. I like to say they all work well. I like to say choose the one that works best for you, what's easy for you. I like that easy, and it is works for my style. So that's the one you want to choose. But the two that I use are the Facebook Creator Studio and Later. And here is a sample of Later, and it says it's the world's favorite Instagram marketing platform. Like I say, it's free and it really is easy. All you do is pull in your picture, pull in your content. It will even suggest hashtags. You don't need a credit card to set it up. You can start it when you want, stop it when you want, and then tell Later, send this Wednesday at 10, send this Thursday at 1. It's wonderful. So check it out. And yes, there is a pricing. They have a pricing guide, but you can do four in a set for free. So let's say you wanted to post to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. That's called one set. You can do all of those for free. Now, when you add a second set, then it gets into pricing. Okay, you can't do LinkedIn from these platforms yet. It's just not tied to scheduling. You'd have to probably use Buffer or Hootsuite and pay to be able to publish to LinkedIn. But this one will publish free to Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, and that's later.com. Here's Prepper. So you can do Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and it does have a free version, but it's a free trial. But then after that, it's like $9 a month. But you can do a lot with Prepper. I have looked into it. You can schedule quite a bit. It has a drop and drag. It suggests for you. So you just want to see which platform works best for you. I haven't really done Prepper that much. I just like to do the research so I can offer choices because people like choices. So here's another activity. Yay. So if you write down one idea for a post that doesn't involve your product, it could be an about post or why you start your business or what's your passion or education, how to do something revolving around your product and services. Even though you're not doing a hard sale, you're actually selling when you're posting. People see you, they see your brand, you're giving advice, you position yourself as an industry leader. So, what if you thought of one idea for a post that you could do today or tomorrow, and then find an image to match it? I gave you some sources like Unsplash and Pixels to find an image, or maybe from your phone, and then choose four hashtag and just kind of play around with it. Let's say you've been thinking about Instagram, you need to be on it. I like to say do a little practice. Do a little practice with an activity. You can write it down on paper. You don't have to do it on your phone, but just try it out and see how you could at least kind of get started with being consistent in that way. 90% of the results we don't see, I believe this, is hidden in the work we didn't do. And I like this saying because in my own life, when I put my goals down and I jot down my weekly goals, my monthly goals, my yearly goals, and I focus on them, it's amazing how I get so much done and I get so many results from it. But when I don't do it or I put it off or I say, well, I'm going to do that next week, and then something comes up and one week turns into a month and a month turns into 3 months, it just doesn't work well for us as business owners when we just don't get started. And I think to not overwhelm ourselves, we can't try to start a lot of things. Pick one or pick two and go all in on it. Whatever month this is, just say I'm going to go all in for this month. Whatever month you're watching this webinar, I'm going to go all in this, and I'm going to start within the next 48 hours, because it just gets away from us when we say, well, after I do this weekend, I'll do this. Well, after the kids finish this, or next tomorrow, I do this. It just gets away. I like to say, give yourself a 48-hour window after a training like this, 2 days to get something done or add something that you want to do. So here are the best times to post for now on Instagram, because it changes. You can take a screenshot. And what I found for me is I don't want to be doing it different times of the day. I want to do mine once a day and be done, because I have a lot of other things to do. I usually post to my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn between 11 and 1. Whatever day I'm going to post, which I post every day. But I'm not going to post at 9 and then go back at 6. I don't have time for that unless you schedule it. You know, you can say send this at 9, send this at 6 on Tuesday, but you want to see what works well for you. So if 11 to 1:30 work, it works well for me. I get a lot of interaction between that time. If you're getting interaction, you might say, okay, these are good times for me. If not, switch them up. So there is kind of varied. So if you're going to do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's different for Facebook. For Facebook, it says Tuesday is one of the worst days, but I post every day. So you gotta kind of gauge from your post and your when you're consistently posting what's working, meaning are people commenting? Are people liking? Things like that, to help you decide what's a good time frame to post to your social media. Now, these times are recommended by Instagram because people are online on Instagram during these times. These are high peak times. But don't forget, people are online every day, all day, really, on these sites. But according to the research, these are the high peak times. And you want to post when people are actually on there, because you get more traction. So you want to be visible, give value, be consistent. Be visible, give value, be consistent. And I say that all the time, because how can I give value is through those 5 categories. The about category, the education category, the motivation, even the motivation category, you're giving value. You may help somebody's day just because you put a motivational saying. You may help somebody's day when you put a about you, how you struggle. I struggle with content sometimes. I struggle with motivation. It lets people know, wow, this person's human and we're human, and they have the same struggles I have. You can give value through your 5 category and be consistent. 2 to 3 days a week is consistent, but you don't want to go 7, 8, 10 days and you haven't shown up. You don't have to do 5 days. Give value through your storytelling, like the 5 categories, and like and comment on your followers' pages. This is going to grow your business on Instagram. Instagram is a great platform for small business owners. It has really changed from 2015 when I first started learning about Instagram. So short video and IGTV. So IGTV is also on your app, and you can make short videos up to 60 minutes. Videos do very well on Instagram. I like to pick my phone up, click video, make my video, upload it to Instagram. And if it's over a minute, it has to go to IGTV. So you might say, well, what do I make the video on? 5 categories. I do everything from the 5 categories, but I plan. If I'm going to make an IGTV video, I might say, okay, I'm going to make a video this coming week on how to build your email list. 2 ways to build your email list. And so I sit in front of a light. I'm a photographer. You always want to have light coming in your face. I pick up my phone, or you can put it on a little tripod, make my video on 2 ways to build your email list, upload it to Instagram. And that is what I call it snackable video, because you're actually giving value through a minute or two. Okay. If somebody can teach me one thing to help me with my business, I look at that as value. If I watched the IGTV video and the video told me one way to build my email list is to have a lead magnet to give away something, to me, that was value. It was worth that 1 minute. So you can offer value through all types of ways, and especially through those categories, and just upload it to your Instagram. So I always say pick a theme, plan your content, air it. So let's say you want to do an IGTV video once a week or once every other week. And it's almost to me like a small little commercial. And so Instagram loves it. Once again, you're using their features. You have Instagram stories, you have Instagram reels, and Instagram TV. Those are three features that the algorithms love. And if you have 15 followers or 20 followers or 100 followers, you're going to really see a boost in your followers. Then you're going to get up to 300 followers, 500 followers. And sometimes you might think, wow, these people have 10,000 followers. Don't be swayed by just numbers, because sometimes a person can have, and I learned this from my Instagram influencer, 10,000 followers, but nobody ever engages and nobody ever does. So what's the use in having 10,000 followers if nobody engages, nobody goes to your website, you don't get any sales? I'd rather have 100 good ones or 1,000 good ones. Pat Flynn says, and I like Pat Flynn, and he talks a lot about email and building a brand. You only need 1,000 good fans. And can you imagine if you had 10,000 fans, but nobody was doing anything, buying anything, going anywhere, but you had 1,000 good fans, and every week somebody was going. So don't be swayed by the numbers. You want to have the engagement. And so using IGTV will really get engagement. So we're getting to the end. Yay, promoting. So how do you say, okay, Marsha, this has been a lot of information from the training. How do I promote my channel now? Okay, what if I start posting 3 days a week? I get really serious and go all in on Instagram because it's fun. Don't forget it, but it builds your brand. And I decide I want to start posting to Instagram. And maybe sometimes I may do an Instagram story, or maybe sometimes in my 3 day a week, I may do a reel or a IGTV. Okay, so now I'm really getting, I may revamp my Instagram. Some of you may be listening to the training and you need to revamp your Instagram channel. And don't forget, you can go to marshallyannhudson.com. You can see my email. You can reach out to me because I can help you with that. So promoting your Instagram channel, putting the word out, you can do it through your website. Put your link there to your Instagram. You can do it through your other social media channels like your Facebook and your LinkedIn. And you can definitely promote it through your blog if you do a blog, or your podcast. I love podcasts. Podcasts are becoming increasingly popular. And even if you do email, which I hope you are, because email is a small business owner's best friend, you can let people know about your Instagram channel. Be sure and check out our new and improved Instagram channel. So there are so many ways to put the word out now that you decided, I'm going to go all in on Instagram. I'm going to use it to build my business, generate income, generate leads, drive people to my website. So you have to put the word out, because you can't just post and expect Instagram to do it, because I can be a follower of yours and not see your posts all of the time, because Instagram may let me see sometimes and may not, because the algorithms decide who will see your post. So you have to kind of put the word out also. So one of my another favorite saying, if you want to fly, give up everything that weighs you down. And sometimes our excuses weigh us down. I know for me, I had to get to a point where if I really want to brand my business in this new culture where everybody's online, I have to be serious about online marketing. And so if you want to fly, anything that you feel in your mind is weighing you down, you want to get rid of it. Sometimes we're doing too much, and you may need to do an assessment of what you can let go of. So it's very hard to, as a business owner, and I'm just speaking from my own experience, it's very hard to be successful in your business, whether it's full-time or part-time. And I'm sure you love it because you started it. I love my business. It's very hard to be successful when we got things pulling down on us, because we can't give what we need to give to it. And if we can't give the time, the learning, if we can't watch a video or webinar to it, then it just kind of goes on and on. And what we want, sometimes it doesn't happen. We look up, 5 months have gone by. I can't believe how fast this year has gone by. We're already in several months within the year. It just goes fast. So the secret of getting ahead is getting started. So you might say, I need to really get started with being serious on Instagram, revamping my Instagram, learning more about Instagram. And so the secret to getting ahead is actually getting started. And so 3 steps to getting started. Step one, we talked about just a little revamp before we wrap up. We get ready for Q&A. Set up or revisit your Instagram page. Okay, so if you haven't done that in a month, it's changed. Make sure the app is on your phone, and make sure it's updated. You have to have that app updated. Decide on your 2 to 3 days that you're going to post. You can schedule, don't forget, on Later or Prep or Creator Studio. Choose your image, your content, and hashtag, and you want to start being an Instagram star, because you will become an Instagram star. Yay, we made it to the end. I want to thank you guys. I know you're so busy. You got a lot going on. I know some of you are from all over the world. I don't even know what time frames you're in. It may be early in the morning, late at night, and you decided to come with us and spend some time. I want to thank you so much for that. And don't forget, you can get free resources and downloads at marshallyannhudson.com. I do offer one-on-one assisting. You can drop me an email. It's on my website, my email. But I'm so excited. Oh, and connect with me. You can connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, because you're always going to get a lot of value from my site. So thank you again from wherever you are in the world. And we are going to take some Q&A, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Marcia. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcia Hudson. We're so happy to have her again. She makes things, absolutely clear and absolutely in order. I imagine she's one of the most organized people ever for social media. And I'm really happy that she's sharing some of her wisdom with us today. Again, we do have a couple questions. And just to remind everybody quickly, if you bother to fill out the survey, which is brief, right after this, you'll be getting a survey. We'll make sure that you get copies of the content for the session, and also give you links to our website for more upcoming events from Marcia. So if you would please just know you're going to get that. And if you would take just a couple minutes to fill it out and send it back, we very much appreciate it. We also have some good questions here. One person came in a little bit late, and they just had a question. You mentioned, let's see here. Oh my gosh, we had a few more questions. Sorry, let me come back down. Typorama, could you explain that in brief, real quick, because they just missed that part, and as well, the hashtag war between Facebook and, of course, Instagram. And the idea is, yes, use lots of them, and oh no, don't use too many. We can sort of briefly describe that for this person.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a good point. Well, for Typorama, I happen to find it. Well, I have an assistant who works with me. I teach at the college, and it's a college student. You know, those students, they kind of own everything. But one of my students introduced me to Typorama, and it is a phone app. You have to download it from your Android or your iPhone. And I think it's maybe $5 or $10 for the year. But I use Typorama to when I want to create my own post. And you can pick an image from Typorama, the questions, the wording, and just upload it to your Instagram. It will size it for you, because Instagram has to be square. It will size your Facebook. So check out Typorama on your phone. Like I said, it's an app, and I just use it for creating posts, like a Q&A post or a question post. So that's what I use my Typorama for. And as far as hashtags, that's great that you asked that. The hashtags for Instagram, for the algorithms to let more people see, yes, they like 15 to 30. And you can Google that also. But Instagram likes for you to use all 30 hashtags. And in this presentation, I talked about 4 categories that you can get a mixture of your 30 hashtags. You can also go to my site and download a free hashtag guide. But yeah, so you want to put all of those hashtags in there. But for Facebook, no. Okay, you only want to maybe use 2 for now because it can change later. But if you put a lot, you think, oh, if I put a lot of hashtags, a lot of people find me. It doesn't work like that for Facebook. The algorithm doesn't like it on Facebook, but for some reason it likes it on Instagram. So for now, just remember 2 hashtags or 3 for Facebook. Even if you see people putting a lot, because I do the research, 2 to 3, because Facebook is not going to let more people see if you put a lot. And for Instagram, 15 to 30, but all 30 if you can.
Thank you. And I appreciate you making that short, because if you get a chance to receive this later, I believe it's being recorded and we'll make it available. You'll see that she had a lot of categories to add to that to help you with that. But if I understand the end result of that, Marcia, we need to start pleasing the algorithms. Do I get it right? Because if not,
Yes.
then we cannot be ready for the future where they take over the universe.
Right.
Okay.
We need
But
you. That's a really a great phrase. I like that. I have to steal it, Brett. We need to start pleasing the algorithms. I always call it how to win with the algorithms. That would be a great webinar. How to win with the algorithm.
But you've given us so much stuff for at no cost. I can just give you that right now. You can use that anytime you want. But
Thank
thank you.
you.
No, thank you. We have another couple of questions. Somebody had an interesting question. They said, "What if you have somebody else already using the name of your company, and what can you do about that on Instagram?"
Oh, that's a great question. I run into that sometimes with my clients. Pretty much nothing. Like I have a client, and we were trying to set up her Instagram, and and I said, "Why didn't you name it the name of your company?" She goes, "Well, it's already taken." So we had to put it the name of her company and maybe put a few letters behind it. I mean, there are lots of businesses with different names. We can't do anything about it. I wanted Marsha Hudson, but Marsha Hudson was already taken. So I had to throw my middle name in there, Marsha Lynn Hudson, you see? So I can't just say, what? I'm Marsha Hudson. Where are the other Marsha Hudson? So I had to figure out how to do that with Twitter. I couldn't even put Marsha Lynn Hudson. I had to put LYN. I couldn't put Marsha Lynn Hudson for Instagram. I had to put media on there. So you have to just think of a way to kind of adjust to that, because there's nothing you can do about that. It's not like somebody stole from something from you. I mean, people can put any kind of name that they want on Instagram. So if it's taken, you just have to figure out how can I kind of adjust mine.
Great. Thank you. Quick question again about hashtags, which you made extremely popular this session. We this is a quick question that says, are there any rules to creating hashtags to make them more effective, such as capitalization of letters or appropriate parts of speech or anything like that? Is there any way you can make it towards better? And you might be able to mesh this with the next question, which is actually optimizing your posting with newer hashtags, including refreshes of the system. Like, is it better at midnight? Does it refresh, etc.? So I don't know if you can combine those two, but it's all about trying to be optimized there.
Right, right. That's good. Good question. So with the hashtags, I don't know as of now any ways to make it better except for just using the hashtag, and it can be a sentence, it could be a word, it could be a phrase. So because there are so many hashtags that Instagram suggests, those are the ones you want to use. You don't have to worry about capitalization or putting exclamation points. I see people doing it, but it doesn't make it better. The only thing you need to do is use the hashtag. It could be hashtag um, Tuesday thoughts or hashtag motivational Monday. You just type it all together. It could be lower space all together. It still does the same. Whereas if you, oh, let me capitalize it or let me do this, it does the same. And then you want to look at, I'll give you this resource. to find out more on hashtag. It's called Hashtagify, and it's HASHTAGIFY. So if you go to Hashtagify, you can find out a lot of information on hashtags, how to optimize them, and I'll tell you that too. So just putting them there with your post is optimization enough. Whether you just used it, like I use one # Marshall Lynn Hudson, it's all lowercase. I don't need to make a capital M or L to make it better. I just need to put the hashtag. Now, when I go to Instagram and I start typing in hashtag, it suggests if I type in hashtag social before I can even finish, Instagram will suggest social media marketing, social media strategy. Social, you see? So if I go in and type hashtag peace, it'll start saying hashtag peace of mind. If I go in and type hashtag entrepreneur, before I even finish typing in, it'll say entrepreneur lifestyle, hashtag entrepreneur mindset. So it already suggests the hashtags that will optimize for you. And the best way to use hashtags for your business is to put in Instagram 15 to 30 and make sure they surround your topic from the different categories. Don't put the same ones all of the time. You're optimizing it just by that. And then the best times. So you're using at this time the best solution for optimizing your post with hashtags.
Thank you, Marcia. And just a kind of another question tagged on to that idea was, is there anything that you're aware of that the algorithms won't pick up, such as somebody heard that if you post an editorial like a pic of just a poem, or if by chance you use certain words like hopeless dead end as a thing, are there ways that they're stopping these types of phrases coming by that we should be aware of?
Uh, Not that I am aware of. So are they saying when they go to Instagram, are they saying they
They're
use these
saying they
hashtags
heard
or they
this.
see?
They heard that there was if you pick only an editorial like the pick of just a poem, for example, that's not going to get picked up by an algorithm as well as posting some text or using words like text that is in a negative way, such as, oh, it was a hopeless dead end, as instead of being something positive, I think is where they're going with that.
Yeah, so whatever you post on, whether it's negative or positive, yes, it can be picked up if you use it in the right way. I teach Emily Dickinson. I think somebody put that. I love
Yeah,
Emily Dickinson.
that's the
Let's
same
say,
person.
for instance, I wanted to post, let me see, because I always choose a category. That's how I post. And so if I was going to post, I could not stop for this. It kindly stopped for me. That's by Emily Dickinson. And I'm a literature instructor. So if I use that, I could not stop for this. It kindly stopped for me. Let's say my post was about from my about category. I really like poetry. I really like literature. And so let's say I was going to post about something from Emily Dickinson's, because I could not stop for death, it kindly stopped for me. If I put that in, according to Emily Dickinson, because I need to relate it to my post, meaning we're so busy in life, when we can't stop to do something, or if life is going by, we need to stop and focus and do something. So if I use a quote or a saying from Emily Dickinson, yes, it would be picked up. And I put that in my post. Don't forget, Instagram likes long form post, but I need to relate it to my post, meaning maybe I'm talking about being so busy, how we need to make time as business owners. And then my hashtags can help draw up where I would put hashtag Emily Dickinson, hashtag could not stop for debt. You see?
Hmm.
So you can do an editorial, do a post, but it depends on why you're putting it in what category. Now you have to make sure if you're doing that, your followers like it. So let's say I posted editorials or something hopeless, negative things for 2 weeks, but nobody liked or comment. There may not be content that my audience like. We don't want to post what we think we like. We want to post what our followers like, because that's what's going to pick up, the Instagram. Because I could post a lot on editorials or poems. I love them. But if my audience is not liking or commenting, then I don't need to be posting that. So you want to look to see. Now, let's say the person who asked that is a blogger or a poet. Your audience probably love that because that's your audience. I don't know, but if you related it to one of your categories, then they may. I think that's a great idea. If you make sure you're relating the content to what you're wanting to say about you as a business owner, and if your followers like that kind of content. So, yes, it will be picked up if you put the content. Yes, if you put these hashtags with it, yes, it will be.
Thank you, Marcia. And I do appreciate, I want to be respectful of everybody's time and everything, but I would like to say marcialynnhudson.com. For those of you who have more questions about that, don't hesitate to reach out to her. She's an awesome resource for any small business owners out there. And of course, when it comes to social media, she reigns queen still. We're so happy to have you. If you don't mind, I would like to tell you, speaking of, and thank you again, Marcia, for everything. I'd like to share with you guys some things that are coming up. Speaking of more classes and things that will be coming up for you guys. Mark Wilson on the 12th. Bah humbug. Yes, that sounds like fun. Please don't miss that. On May 13th, we have How to Improve Outcomes by Giving Constructive Feedback by Lorna Kibbe. And of course, on May 14th, Restaurant Revitalization Fund but with Rebecca Schultz. This is extremely important to business owners that own restaurants. Don't miss that one. It's huge. May 18th, Growing a Profitable Email List from Ground Zero. Guess who's doing that one? That's right, Marsha Lynn Hudson. Sure, it's coming back again. So if you would just check our website for more information. The website's at the bottom, www.sbdc.nctc.edu. And that, of course, is with North Texas Small Business Development Centers. So if I could, please, I'd like to thank some of these funders, of course, starting with the Small Business Administration, the state of Texas, North Texas SBDC Regional Office, and the North Central Texas College, which makes all of this possible for you guys. So please just know that this is a joint effort by all of us trying to help small businesses get better. Thank you all for joining today, and we look forward to seeing you next time. And if you have any questions, please feel free to fill out that request that's going to come out to you talking about today's webinar. We'll be happy to try to get you the answers. Have a great day, everybody. And this concludes our webinar.
Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
Bye-bye.